Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Popeye from FederalJack.com and Down the Rabbit Hole. I wanted to give you a quick update on an interview that I did back in March and a subsequent video interview that I helped We Are Change do a few weeks later, which is also posted on Federal Jack. Back in the end of March, March 28th, 2014 to be exact, I interviewed a lady by the name of Renee Petro. Her son Branden is sick, and the little man goes through a pretty rough time, and she came on and she shared her story with us, and then she shared her push for medical cannabis and her push to change the laws here in the state. And because of her advocacy, she doesn't use cannabis with her son yet because it's not legal, but because of her advocacy, she ended up getting messed with by the CPS down here in Florida. And I wanted to give everybody an update on it because her case has been one that I received a lot of emails about, a lot of messages. People were concerned. People also wanted to know if they could help, which I also have information for those of you that asked me how you can help. I have information for you too, which I'll show you in a second. But first, if you want to go listen to the interview, it's over on FederalJack.com. It's in the archives. It's on the front page and under the column DTRH with Popeye. You can just click here too. But it's 3/28/2014, the story of Renee and Branden Petro. Now, also, this is the interview I did with her a few weeks later in person. Well, myself and Luke Radowski did, actually. I was more of Luke's just cameraman, and I drove him up there. But we went up to go interview her in person and get her story out to, shed some light on her story. So if you don't remember who she is, I'm going to play you this little tidbit really quick from the interview she did with Luke, and then I'm going to give you an update on the story. So here we go.
My name is Renee Petro. My son's Branden Petro. He has a severe form of epilepsy. Currently, we're being investigated by CPS for giving Branden marijuana extract and not giving Branden his pharmaceutical meds. And all I am doing is giving Branden a legal hemp oil, which technically you could buy at any Whole Food market. So I'm going about it in a legal manner. And I'm just advocating for the whole plant, for the whole cannabis plant, which would be vote yes on to in November. Many parents need to do what's right for their children. Okay, I need you to just wait 1 minute, Branden, okay?
That's cool.
Yes.
I came down. Okay.
So there are some before and after pictures of Branden before he got sick. Because the first 8.5 years of his life, he was a perfectly healthy child. And so this was literally about 5 months before he became ill. This is his last year in the school before he became sick. And then this is sort of where he is now in his school with his, special friends. And these are also before pictures of him playing soccer. And then I kind of like to show people, look at how he looks now. Yeah. You could see it's all like med. It's like you can see it. He's just doped up on medication. And then this is him when he was in a comatose state.
It looks like I died.
It looks like it, but he's not. He's right here. He's strong. So basically, we were traveling abroad June of 2010, and a month into our vacation, Branden became ill. He started out with a febrile illness.
I'm going to pause it right there, but I urge you to go to the article itself over on FederalJack.com, Mother Fights for Son's Right to Medicate with Cannabis, and listen to the whole story. Watch the video. It's about 22 minutes in length in full that she did with Luke. And then go listen to the radio interview she did with me. It's full 2 hours, so obviously you probably can't sit Everybody's busy, I understand. You have an MP3 player, you have a phone you listen to music on, and go over to the page for the article right here, and if you scroll down, you'll see full downloadable archives. Click that, it brings you to the downloadable archive page, and then you just look up 3/28/2014 and download it. Save it and listen to it. Take the time. Care for a fellow human being. Okay, take the time to learn about what little man Branden here goes through. Trust me. So anyway, I want to give you an update on the story, and then a call to action, because everybody really, the Canna moms, I interviewed all 4 Canna moms, and I got a lot of emails and a lot of questions about how they could help each of the moms, and people asked me how they could help Renee, so I'm going to tell everybody how they could help. So stand by 1 second. First, the update. So, the probe into use of pot oil to help boy ends. Ah, that's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They backed off. CPS, and CPS, I guess, up there works with the county sheriff's department. Well, that's usually how they do it, but I've also seen them work with local police departments too. Anyway, CPS backed off. CPS is leaving her alone. They've closed the investigation. It's done. They realized that she hasn't done anything wrong. She wasn't using cannabis oil because right now it is technically illegal. But she wasn't using it. All she was doing was using a legal form of hemp oil, which is derived from industrial hemp, which is not illegal. And you can buy this in many health food stores. That's all she was using. They realized she did not violate any laws, and they're leaving her alone. And I'm sure it has something to do with all of the spotlight that was shed on the subject. So kudos to everybody that got the stories out there. Kudos to Renee, who covered her own butt and called all the local affiliates of all the, the Fox and ABC and all them. And, good job on some of them for coming out and actually doing a decent job of reporting what she was going through and not demonizing her. I'm actually surprised that the local news media didn't do that. They actually did a decent job of covering her, so kudos to them. Anyway, Renee has been left alone. They are backing off. And it doesn't mean that we shouldn't support her in any way, shape, or form, by the way, just because CPS is now backing down from her. We should support her even further because she had the courage to stand up to them. That courage should be rewarded, not, people shouldn't just walk away from it. And besides, that should inspire you, too. If you're out there and you're fighting and you're afraid, you should take some inspiration from what she did. She stood up and look. She wasn't doing anything wrong. She wasn't doing anything illegal. All she was doing was giving her son legal hemp oil, and she was an advocate for medical cannabis. And she was a vocal advocate. She still is. She's a vocal, open advocate for it. That's all she did wrong. And when I say wrong, I'm doing air quotes. Her crime was trying to save her son. I mean, that's ridiculous that people even look at things like that. But anyway, so awesome news. But there's still a call to action because a lot of people want to know how they can help, right? So here's how you can help. If you go over to GoFundMe, and I'll put the link in the description of the video, but if you go over to GoFundMe, you'll see Renee has one for Branden, and it's titled Branden the Brave. And obviously, this is an expensive thing to deal with. I mean, regular going to the doctor visits are, not cheap. I can only imagine for something like this. And I saw the amount of medication. You'll see it in the video, but I saw the amount of medication this little guy has to take right now until we can get him some medical cannabis. So we can, once we legalize it in November, and I say once we legalize it because I'm pretty sure it'll be legalized medicinally, but once he can get medical cannabis, I'm sure he'll be better off. But she needs some help right now. So let's help her out. She's a good friend of mine. She's a really awesome person. And she's a very vocal advocate for people that don't have a voice. I mean, she got messed with by CPS because she was willing to stand up for people that are sick and need medicine, and not just her son. She could have easily stopped at just her kid, but she refuses to. She wants to stand up and open her mouth for everybody, for children, for old people, veterans, anybody that could benefit from this. Go listen to the interview that she did with me. She gets into detail about it. She doesn't want to leave anybody behind, and I think that's very admirable. So we shouldn't leave her behind. So I'm asking you, as a personal favor from me, okay, or to me, as a personal favor to me, to help her out, please. I don't ever ask you guys for money from me or for Federal Jack or anything like that. But if you can spare $5 or $10 or whatever, go help her out. Go help her out. Please, just go over to GoFundMe. Again, I'll provide a link below in the video description. It'll say help Renee here, and then it'll have the link. Just go throw her $5 or $10 if you can. And I would be forever grateful, and I know she would too. And you'll be helping another human being. I mean, how could you go wrong? You'll be helping a little boy. You can't go wrong with helping another human. You really can't. You can't go wrong with helping another human being. So go over to the GoFundMe page. Again, I'll put the link below in the description. It'll say help Renee here in the link. In fact, I'll put it twice just in case people don't see it. Go down there and click it. Give her $5. Give her $10. You'll literally be helping little man. And you'll be making a change for the better. At least you'll be helping this kid get some medicine and get through his daily life. Everybody could spare $5. If 20 of you, out there, if I can get 20 of you to donate $5, that's $100, right? Now, can you imagine if maybe 100 of you donated that money or more? How awesome would that be? So go make a difference, help out, go over to the GoFundMe page. Again, I'll put the link in the description below, and click on it and help out. Throw 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, whatever you can afford. If you can afford more, then throw more. But help them out. I appreciate it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks a lot. That's all for the update and the call to action, and I will talk to you all again soon. As I always tell you, the solutions to our problems are an inside job. I love you all. I am out of here.